What's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming to you guys with a brand new video, and this is dedicated to the main deck boss monsters that I've used over the years for Harpies. Harpies don't have their own main deck monster. Um, it's very sad to actually say that. When you look at the game and how Yu-Gi-Oh has progressed, a lot of decks have had those monsters that they would consider calling a boss monster. They've had monsters from different arc. They have monsters of practically every archetype that have had a boss monster, which unfortunately Harpies don't have. I mean, you can get away with saying Phantasmal Dragon is their boss monster, but wouldn't it be nice to have one in the main deck? And unfortunately, we just don't have one. So over the years, I've been using a ton of monsters to really relegate what that is, a boss monster. Some a lot more better than others, and a lot more of them did have a lot of decks constructed to fit in the basis of having those monsters come in. So I wanted to take the time to do a video to reflect on those monsters and the great help that those monsters have done for not only myself, but for anyone who's used these cards in their Harpie decks. So let's go over my Harpie boss monsters. So, like I said, this relegates the main deck, not the extra. And with Harpies, I think it's safe to say that the first of the monsters that I talk about has to be Harpie Sisters. Harpie Sisters, even though they don't have a cynical effect like the three Harpie ladies based off of them, Harpie Lady 1, 2, and 3, Harpie Sisters was pretty much one of your ace cards you got out with Elegant Egotist in the old days, especially when you're playing um, the older versions of Harpies. This was pretty much pre or up to Harpie Queen's release. Because Harpie Queen was pretty much the other Harpie lady that was true as Harpie Lady while she was on the field or in the graveyard, which unfortunately Sisters doesn't count as. Sisters doesn't count for anything actually except for being Harpie Lady Sisters, and a lot of the spells and traps at that point even nowadays include them in their effects, such as Harpie's Featherstorm, Harpie's Phoenix Formation, even to a point of Hysteric Party can even search for Harpie Sisters because they have Harpie in their name. Now, the only relative downside to Sisters is that they must first be summoned by Elegant Egotist, so you can't channeler them, you can't do anything with them from the main deck or hand unless it's Elegant Egotist. As far as the graveyard goes, if it's first summoned by Ego, then bam, you can play it again from the graveyard with effects of like cards like Call Haunted, Monster Reborn, and such like that. Now, since we're going to continue with the Harpies, I guess it's only safe to say that Harpie's Pet Dragon would be the next monster. Harpie's Pet Dragon gets a lot of play nowadays in Harpies, only because it's a level 7, Chandler can summon it, and he can make rank 7 plays thanks to this guy. Or girl. Um, Dragon, for his most part, is pretty much serving what it is said to be, Harpie's pet. And it doesn't relatively do anything else except for gain attack and defense equal to the number of Harpie ladies on the field. In a lot of cases, people have to remember both of these monsters, Sisters and Dragon, came out when the game was pretty fresh. So a lot of times, we still have a lot of possibilities for those cards to get, up-to-date versions. Similar to how Joey and a lot of his monsters, you get a lot of his cards. Kaiba got a new arsenal of monsters, including some spellcasters that supported Blue Eyes. So maybe Harpies will get the same thing in the forms of dragons, or maybe we'll get more winged beasts. Now, if we're going to continue the dragons, this is kind of the biggest downside for a lot of players. It's Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon. A lot of people would say it has no synergy with the current state of the Harpie deck because if Chandler summons it, it relatively only does one thing, and that's making itself the attack target. If there was a way to summon it without having to put it in defense mode, then yeah, it would be a great card. Um, because you can do all the evasive stuff with it and get a lot more harpies onto the board. The problem is that baby dragons' accumulative effects should have been things they could have considered for adult pet dragon. But baby dragon's a lot easier to summon because it's a level 4. It'll accumulate effects for every harpy monster on the field. And for the most part, with all the harpy, excuse me, all the harpy card and support, I think the biggest thing, honestly, is that if we ever get a new boss monster, can at least synergize with a lot of the cards and actually do stuff like the three of these guys, which isn't relegated to pinpoint effects or effects that are null and void. That's all I'm saying. So now that I got the three of them out of the way, I can go on to all the other monsters that I've used. Swift Birdman Joe is an easy tribute summon. If you tribute a wind monster to summon him, he returns all spell and trap cards on the field back to the owner's hand. That's a really good thing when you want to reuse Hysteric Party, Hysteric Signs, and stuff like that. I do remember there was a deck in OCG that run back Swift Birdman Joe, and it was relatively because, well, easy tribute fodder. Not to mention, you can play Harpie's Featherstorm by setting it and then activating it on Joe because Joe's a winged beast. The only downside is Joe can't be searched by Hysteric Sign because he's not a Harpie, and Hysteric Party because, well, he's not a Harpie. So it sucks. But Joe, Sonic Shooter, um, to the biggest extent, were really good cards that helped Harpies in their prime days. It just sucks that nowadays they're relegated to Duel Links cards, which is unfortunate. And maybe that one or two random chance that someone might actually check it and then put it in. If we do get a revised Lord of the Storm structure deck, I would love to see a lot of the Harpie cards and even maybe some of the Harpie monsters. Oh well, not Harpie monsters, but the winged beasts that look like Harpies, even if they're male, get some significant sign-ups to the Harpie archetype. Now let's go into two of the biggest birds that Harpies have ever used. I think we have multiple big birds, but these guys are the big birds. Dark Samorg and Samorg Bird of Divinity. I would include Samorg Bird of Anistry, but the thing about Anistry is that it isn't as impactful as the two of these cards. Lord of the Storm gave us Samorg Bird of Divinity, a level 7 winged beast that during each player's end phase you would take 1,000 points, but it would be reduced if you controlled a number of spell and trap cards. So, screw that. What to do with that? It was pretty much just relegated to being summoned by a wind monster. It can only be such can be normal summoned by using wind monsters. It can't be special summoned. And a large portion of what Samorg did was thanks to the Harpies in Harpie's Hunting Ground. Not to mention, it was the structure deck that gave us Hysteric Party, one of Harpie's best and most powerful trap cards in the game. Well, next to Featherstorm. And if we ever get Phoenix Formation, it probably still be number 2. I need Sparrow Formation, if we ever get it. But it'll still be number 2. Because Party and Storm just do better. Now, since we're talking about wind monsters, let's talk about Dark Samorg. Doesn't work well in the field. It's treated as a wind monster. You can banish a dark and a wind from your graveyard to start summoning it. Which, in Harpies, that's kind of a bad thing because you don't want to lose your Harpie monsters. Luckily enough, Harpies have a lot of fodder when it comes to that. And in reverse, if this card's in your hand, you can, if it's in your hand, you can banish a wind and dark from your grave to summon it. If it's in your grave, you can banish a wind and a dark from your hand to summon it. That way, you have two options of summoning it. Now, the best thing about Dark Samorg is while it's on the field, your opponent cannot set cards on the field. It does help with a lot of the heavy spell decks. It helps with a lot of, excuse me, the anti-spell frankers being a good combo with Dark Samorg. You summon Samorg, flip anti-spell. Your opponent can't set their spells. They can't set their traps. So the only thing they really have to do is relegate to relying on monsters. And in some cases, it's a good or bad thing because Samorg forces you to do it as a monster, but not as a seller trap. Or use selling traps to relegate it in what it does. So you have your. That's pretty much what I was with my big monsters like these guys. Was I wanted them to synergize with my deck as much as possible. If I threw in the most wacky and dang monsters and the most wacky and dang setups of decks. I literally did splash in a whole bunch of Blackwing monsters to fit in Harpies just so I could play Dark Samorg. I even went into lengths of building other decks around Dark Samorg, such as Gallus OTK and Gallus FTK, utilizing Dark Samorg as a way to do an out against a lot of decks that were setting spells and traps at that point. Unfortunately, I didn't have access to anti-spell because that would have been a great thing to it. But unfortunately, Gallus has an issue with spells and traps. So yeah. But that's some more Bird of Divinity and some more Bird in Dark Zamorin. Let's say some more Bird Industry. Another hit wonder. Let's talk about Elector, the Sovereign of Birds. A winged beast monster that can summon itself while your opponent controls two or more monsters with the same attribute. Now, the bright side to this is that once per turn, it can negate the effects of a card on the field until the end phase. So if you can negate something that came onto the field, like something that wasn't skill drain, you can easily just take it out or take out a lot of things. Not to mention, it's a pretty bigger body than Swift Birdman Joe, because Swift Birdman Joe's 2400 attack. This thing right now, no, it's 2300 attack. This thing is 24 with a base of 2000. So it is harder for it to be searched for, but overall, this thing is a beast to have, and a beast to deal with. Following Elector, we're gonna go to Lord of Tachyon Galaxy and talk about Windrose, the Elemental Lord. Although I've only used Windrose a handful of times, Windrose is an awesome monster. She's Harpie Feather Duster when she's summoned by her effect. Other effect is only once per turn. The bright side to it is you just Feather Dustered your opponent and you didn't really have to use that cool spell. So I'm really excited. I'm sorry if anyone can hear me. I mean to say that it was pretty much a monster with the effects of a powerful spell. That's actually kind of what a lot of the um, elemental lords were. You know, Grand Soil was Monster Reborn. The light one is actually Raigeki. The dark one is the only exception because it's Sangan. Pyrorex is a beatdown Ring of Destruction. Molanglacia is Delinquent Duo. And Windrose is Harpie's Feather Duster. So they didn't try to leave anything out. The only problem with Windrose is, well, you gotta scavenge for the monsters to summon it. And then you have to make sure you have the exact thing. It's similar to Darkar. But you can't beat a good horse down. And especially not this bird. Because this bird's not gonna go down easy. And just like Dark Arm Dragon, even though it's relegating itself to a number of wind monsters in the graveyard, there's a ton of cards that can help recover a lot of those and put enough to where Windrose can come on the field and do its effect. Now, we're going to move on and go to another structure that we're going to talk about Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon and Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon. Now, the reason why I waited till now to talk about these is one, Reactor Dragon came a lot later, literally right before no, I want to say right around the time Kaiji. No, was it around the time Kaiji? No, this was actually real recent. So, oops, I do apologize. This is actually supposed to be another monster, but I think at this point I put it here, so I'm going to talk about these guys. So, Ancient Gears have very big monsters and have access to a field spell card, Gear Town. Well, with cards like Set Rotation, you can just easily put them onto the field, flip your Harpie's Hunting Ground, and then blow it up. Or in most cases, just blow up something that looks like you, then go get a bigger version of you. Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry about all the yawning. But yeah, I mean, these two are really great monsters. Now, the reason why I'm talking about them in Harpies isn't because of their win, but it's because, one, they're machine. Two, they have abilities to pierce damage and inflict damage to your opponent, and they're the highest attackers that we've ever seen next to the Ancient Gear machine that Crowler used, and I think actually the card is like the ultimate Ancient Gear. So yeah, I mean these cards just are so awesome. You have access to them through Gear Town. Gear Town can be set up and destroyed with a well-taken fart, and you can easily get either one of these onto the field. Reactor Dragon is a lot better for a lot of people because after the damage step, you can destroy a spell or trap on the field. Galadora Dragon can destroy a lot of cards on the field, but he can't really. You can't really direct. Excuse me. What all the um, then you just have to do the blow up gear jump. But with Harpies, it's real easy. Okay, I'm not gonna extend too long, so I'm gonna move on to the next monster, and that is Galadora and Kaijus. Kaijus, for the most part, work with Harpie Harpers and Harpie Dancer in their little combination. of just clearing the board off and using the kaiju to do it. Put the kaiju onto a monster that you think you inevitably can really get over, and then bam, we'll follow right behind and just try to get everything together and situated. Oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me stop for a minute. Okay, so we got galadora. It's pretty much just a setup card. Oh, I didn't know I was talking about. It's pretty much a setup card. Once you get everything together, you pretty much can wipe your opponent clean and have enough monsters on your board to do damage and go for game. The interesting thing about kaijus is honestly, kaijus kind of worked it better with Yosenju because they're bouncing the fact. But hopefully, we'll see Yosenju later. But for right now, Harpies kind of have just an easier access of getting rid of this monster than normal. Unless you actually have to use spells and traps. Now, finally, let's talk about the last monster, and that is the Dracos. I don't have Masterpiece, but I do have Draco Phoenix. Um, it's honestly the weirdest thing because a lot of people didn't like how people were going about with True King, True Draco Harpie, but it worked. Surprisingly, only because of the fact that you can destroy Hysteric Sign if it becomes useless, and then you can destroy the top of the of no, not the top of the deck. You can destroy a lot of things in your hand or on the field to relatively get them onto the field, search for them, blow them up, and go crazy, which sucks. But yeah, it happens. The one thing positive I can say about these guys is they did give us monsters, but they're relegated to being destroyed by stuff that we would need to protect them, or summoning themselves by stuff, caught it, that we would need to protect ourselves. And at a point, I kind of just was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do anything more with the True Kings, because the one True King I want to run, not only is it banned, but I'm not going to go get all that stuff at this point, because it's just not worth it to me. But I did enjoy the ride with the True Dracos as I possibly could. Could it have been a lot better? Yeah. But that leads me to the tail end of this video. So I know it's a long video, which is one I do apologize for, but I wanted to make sure this video did get out for you guys. The other thing is my excessive yawning, which I do apologize for because I've been going back and forth. And I wanted to make this video for you guys as soon as possible, and I'm glad I did. So, let me know what you guys think, what you would like to see in a Harpie boss monster. What was your favorite monsters that you put into the deck that were boss monsters and worked out relatively well for you? So leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned for more videos and content. And until next time, it's EJ signing out. Take care.